And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Go ahead and say it, Ed. Go Tigers!
When I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
You like that? You like that?
F it. Jamar's down there somewhere.
In the New Orleans Saints select Marcus Davenport.
No!
Splash Brothers? Yeah.
It's playoff. Get going, Brace.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
What is up, guys? Dirty Boot Sports, and we are back with episode 216. Been quite a layoff yet again. A lot of crap's been going down. Chance? Twins.
Twin girls.
Twin girls. That's fun.
Exact.
That's fun.
Dad girl. Dad girl?
Girl dad.
Girl dad. Girl dad. And boy dad. I'm just dad.
Dad.
Yeah. Family man.
3 and under 3.
Family of 5.
Jeez.
Family of
just
5.
Like that.
Yeah. Like Harley's mom counted the other day. She'll have 6 grandchildren under the age of 4.
That's
fun.
fun.
4 and under, she'll have 6 grandkids.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that happened.
From $2.
That happened. But yeah, we've just been going through the, holiday season crap going on like
Clay's
that.
got a girlfriend.
Clay's got a girlfriend. That happened. Shout out Minnesota.
She's not a Vikings fan, though.
She's a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
Which, is that better or worse?
I mean, I say it's worse. But then I think about the stupid Vikings and the Minnesota Miracle and all that stupid crap.
When I met her family, that was one of the things her dad said. He was like, "Well, how do we convert you to a Vikings fan?" I was like,
"Oh my God,
we physically cannot."
I said, 1, I hate Sam Darnold. 2, between Minnesota Miracle and the Kyle Rudolph game, I was like, it ain't happening.
You would be disowned.
Yeah.
Yes.
But thank you for Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Like, why did he throw across the middle?
Like Minnesota Miracle, like dude, like
Bounty Gate.
That's a moment in our lives we'll always remember where we're at.
I can tell you exactly what I was doing.
I was downstairs in this house right here, standing in front of the TV, and then we left, and I'm at church.
We were at a church business meeting. It was an important one that week.
Yeah, I was getting paid. I was getting voted on to get whether I was getting paid to do the sound or not.
Yeah,
and got the game feed, and I was like, oh my God, we came back. I'm talking to rest his soul, Barney Nash, across the business meeting. I'm mouthing to him, we're winning. 5 seconds left.
And then we're watching the ESPN feed. And you know that thing takes forever.
It lags.
Especially back then. And for a last play,
yeah,
they take even longer, and then it just pops up the score. It pops up the score, and
God.
Yeah, so Saints were up, whatever it was, 1 point, and then it pops up, Vikings up by 5, and we're like, what just happened? What just happened?
Wow.
How did they score from the 45-yard line? Like,
wow.
Yeah.
Horrible day.
Terrible stuff. But yeah, too much bad blood with Minnesota. But hey, at least Sam Darnold's probably on the way out. So
I'm 100% sure he's on the way out. I'm not 100% sure JJ might not have the job still.
Ooh, you think
Danny Dimes?
Oh my God,
sneaky! Hey,
come on,
Vanilla Vic.
I think it's a very good chance.
Did y'all see the jump that Darnold made in his short time there?
Yeah.
Danny Dimes gonna have a whole off season.
Shut up with that. Yeah. Shut up. It's JJ's.
I was already kind of thinking that too, man.
I'm just telling you, they brought him in way too quick.
Yep.
He wasn't on the sidewalk long, and they collected him really quick.
They needed a backup. Danny,
he wasn't even on the active roster for the playoffs.
Danny he wanted to go to a playoff team. Was he the backup or the emergency?
He was the emergency.
He had
they showed him.
Mullins
he had a T-shirt on with the earpiece in.
Yeah, they needed that security blanket.
Yeah.
Who knows? I think it's JJ's job though. I do.
It'll be a competition.
It won't give it to him. He's going to
win. Yeah, he'll have to battle for it. But honestly, at this point, which this is something that I was texting her brother to try to get some input from a Vikings fan Monday. I was like, do you trade JJ for, I would say, at least a high second rounder?
I'd say you get a second for him.
At least. Yeah. You could, in this draft class, probably a first.
pretty bad.
I think you could get a first from a.
He would be fighting for QB1 in this draft probably.
I don't know if it'd be a fight. Like I think between him and Shador, I think would have a competition, but
because they would
Are we
outweigh
sold
Cam.
on Shador?
I'm not. I
I'm
mean,
not either.
he's better. He's the
based
best
on everybody
option.
else, yeah.
He's the best
In this
option.
draft,
Yes.
yes.
Now last year, no. Last year he was like QB5.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, I don't think he's that.
Who was it last year? Caleb, Jaden,
Penix,
Mac,
Bo.
I mean, not Mac.
Bo,
Drake,
Penix,
Drake May. He's not.
Drake.
He's not 5.
JJ.
6. Yeah, man, he's
7 or 8. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Last year was great, man.
that's a good
Last year was
class.
great.
Yeah.
Last year was great.
That's looking kind of like this.
What's
Josh
the
Allen
knock on
class.
Cam Ward?
Age? He's 30.
He's old, and he played. He succeeded at Washington State and Carton at Word and Miami. Like he ain't really played nothing big time.
No.
Yes, Shador's played Big 12.
I was
but
about to say, what does Shador play?
I don't know if you watch Shador.
Shador's not 25 years old. That's
also
the biggest
he just
thing for
looks.
him.
It looks
I like
easier
Cam.
for Shador.
I like
I
his
do.
game.
I
like
think Cam will be
too.
fine.
I like
Yeah.
his game.
Like they're saying Tennessee's rumored to really like him. That kind of makes sense with that type of roster, that age of roster. Like I wouldn't mind seeing Cam go to the Giants. I think he would fit well with the Giants too because they're kind of need to start putting some stuff together and kind of winning games soon.
Yeah.
Where teams like Oakland can probably afford to suck for a couple more years and let somebody like a Shador
It's
grow.
not that they can afford; they will suck.
Well, yeah, they will. Even with our sweet love Ben out
But
there.
if you throw
Yeah,
Cam
even
to
the Ben's
a
out there.
day ball or someone like that, then
Yeah.
it could change. But regardless, going back to the Vikings, I was like, so one, do you pay Sam and trade JJ? Like I said, probably a high second, if not a second and a first in the future or something like that. And then you pay Sam, I don't even know what at this point. I saw people talking the
25?
I saw people talking the Baker contract where it was 3 years for $100 million,
kind of like prove it.
which I think is fine. So it doesn't ruin your franchise.
25, 30 range.
Yeah. So it's about
I'm good with that.
30 a year.
That's cheap for a quarterback
Do
now.
you
Exactly.
let Sam walk, get nothing for him, and give the job to JJ, or I guess compete with Danny if they
Yeah.
bring Danny back, or do you keep them both? Pay Sam. I mean, try to get him for the Baker contract, or even maybe something less, something in the 2 for $50 range.
I think
it's about
Sam
25 a
jumps on
year.
2 for 50.
Yeah, so bring him in, let
Sam's
him
looking
compete,
for his payday,
and then
this
keep
time.
JJ at the same time. Like I don't know what the best route is there for Minnesota.
But I think Sam beats JJ if he comes back.
He might. And then at that point, through training camp, then do you try to trade JJ? His value would probably be a little bit
I was about
lower.
to say, I don't know if you could
If
wait.
you trade him, you got to trade him now.
You got to trade him now because if you're trading him, then you know he just got beat up by
Because
Sam.
people are looking like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm drafting JJ. They have no film on JJ. They have no reason to think he ain't worthy still.
But then you're trading him here in August. Or
Don't let him get
whenever.
preseason reps, something like
Yeah.
that.
What do they know?
Yeah.
You know?
They know, especially that coach
He
there.
hasn't gone out and Josh Rosen himself
If
yet.
McConnell can't get him,
Yes,
it's
yeah.
some, yeah, Josh Rosen said. So I say you trade him now and go with Danny.
You see,
Dimes
and
Darnold.
I'm not obviously mean crap. You can go back to our draft previews from last year. I know all of us were pretty much very low in JJ.
Oh, yes.
Like none of us believed in it. Why is he going
No,
this high?
no.
But there's also a small part of me that watches Sam Darnold, and then
We saw what Kevin O'Connell did.
you see his flaws, which were obviously
Seeing ghosts.
yes, that like the man just he gets in his own head and he can't sit in a pocket.
and he can't throw the ball. away.
Yeah, he can't
just
sit in a
holds
pocket,
it.
and then it's just it blows up. If you think back to JJ, one of the main things about him is just how smart he is in the pocket, everything like that. Like he's a game manager at the end of the day. So you would think he's a little bit more ahead in terms of processing stuff like that. Now, obviously, he doesn't have a talented arm like Sam does. Like Sam's got an arm. We've
He's
seen
got
it
an
this
arm.
year.
He's got an
Some
arm.
of the connections with Addison were 50
Yeah,
plus
Sam's got
yarders.
skills, man.
He does. He does. But
And JJ, Sam's an NFL quarterback. He's a starting quarterback in the NFL.
yeah,
probably.
but do you need?
Dude just won 14 ball games.
yeah, like that
He
don't
did.
just
Yeah,
happen.
I mean that don't happen.
He lost
yeah.
to two teams.
Yeah.
He lost to the Lions twice and the Rams
And the
twice.
Rams.
Best team in football, and then a top 4 or 5 coach.
Best
in
team
football.
in football, and the guy who O'Connell came from.
Yeah, he got beat by Daddy.
So Sean knows everything Alex is about to do out there. Or not
that's a
Alex.
good point. And I was listening
What the
to
crap's his name?
what are you talking about?
O'Connell.
Aiden.
No, Kevin. That's
Kevin
it.
O'Connell.
Aiden's the quarterback. I said Alex. That's the Duke white boy that used to play.
Sure is. Then went to Creighton.
Yeah.
I was listening to a part of my take on the way home today, and they were talking to Booger McFarland, and he was like raving about the Rams like front seven.
Oh, they improved
said
so freaking well.
He said like in August he pulled up a
the front
tweet.
office has been unreal.
Yeah. He pulled up a tweet or something like August, and he was like, Les Snead, is that the guy's name?
Les Snead, yeah.
GM
deserves all the credit in the world for what he has done to rebuild this.
Dude went all in.
It might not have been August. It might have been
and
like
then
October.
they all walked away, and he just
all in.
built it with the draft. And they're not signing free agents. Like, I mean, they're just
That's what he
drafting.
said. And he said,
I mean, you look at Fisk,
you got, like,
you look at Verse.
Yeah.
best team money can buy. Then you got the best team that's like the cheapest right here.
Yeah.
You know, they're the cheapest defense in football. He compared it to everybody talking about the Packers being the youngest roster. And he's like, well, the Rams have the cheapest defense in football.
Yeah. It's
They
just,
got Omar Speights starting at linebacker.
Thank you, Matt House.
yeah.
Thank you. He was
undrafted
god awful
free
in
agent.
Baton Rouge,
That's
but my
them
God,
Beavers-
also he
that's
could
them
start.
Beavers, baby.
He could start in the NFL his whole career, but
Sean
we couldn't
McVay.
freaking play in Baton Rouge. Thank you, Matt House.
That's
Yeah, like Jared
them
Verse.
Beavers.
Like, oh my God, you know, we
Yeah.
knew he was good though.
Fisk as well. Both of them
Defense
crushed.
Rookie of the Year pick right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You did.
I always liked Verse at Florida State. He was
Yeah,
amazing.
he looks like a
crap. He
man
crushed.
child.
He
did.
crushed LSU.
Yeah, he crushed.
But yeah, it's just it kind of makes sense why they lost to those two teams.
Yes, definitely.
You know,
Another cool stat of the Rams I saw on Twitter today, and since Stafford's been at the Rams in December, January, and February, he's 18-3.
Okay.
That's
Wow.
pretty impressive.
that's very impressive.
Yeah.
Do they go after a successor
pretty
this
impressive.
offseason?
Yeah, I think so.
Like in the
Yeah,
draft?
I think so.
They got one. Stetson.
He's
Was
still
he the
an
backup
AA.
right now?
I don't know.
No, Jimmy G.
That's right. That's right.
Even better.
Yeah.
You got an alcoholic and a porn star. I mean,
Walked into the bar.
that's it. You got an alcoholic, a porn star, and a starting quarterback who let his wife sleep with the backup. Right?
yeah,
I mean, what a room. What a room.
And McVay still winning.
Yeah.
Still somehow winning.
What a room, man.
No, that's something they need to do. You know, go ahead and get a guy.
Yeah, Matt ain't got much left in him.
No,
man.
It's a bad year, though.
Do the Favre.
It's
You know,
a bad year to get one late. I don't
yeah,
even
that's
know.
what I'm over here trying to think.
Who are
Like,
you gonna get late?
especially young.
Quinn.
You know?
Quinn Ewers, Jackson Dart.
Quinn can do.
That's
it.
my.
I like
Jackson
Jackson Dart.
Jackson
Yeah.
Dart's my.
He's
sleeper in this
good.
draft. He's good.
He's good.
And I think somebody's going in the top 10 be like, I'm trying him. I would love for the Saints to try him.
Also, if you just sit and think in terms of
I don't know top 10.
in terms of a
There's too many dudes
successor,
that got to get picked at the top
and
10.
it can't happen this year, obviously. But you watch Matt Stafford, then you watch Nuss.
Yeah.
I mean, think about Nuss, dude.
Yeah,
he is
McVay.
Stafford at
Learning from
Georgia.
Stafford.
That's a great one. I didn't
Yeah.
think about that.
Like
yeah.
that, they're
That
so
would-
alike.
That would be awesome, actually.
But the only thing is,
How are they getting Nuss?
Yeah.
That would
the
be
thing is, Nuss is probably a
Stafford-
first round quarterback next year.
Oh,
That's
he's
the whole
Probably
guaranteed.
top 10.
He's top 10.
You know, like
So that's the
regardless of
thing.
how well LSU does.
Yeah.
But if you're
He's
the
top
Rams,
10.
say Stafford goes out there next year, gets hurt,
Which is possible.
tank, and then you draft Nuss.
Yeah.
And then let
And that
Stafford
top
have
10,
a kumbaya
that would be
year.
great.
With that roster,
Yeah,
dude, McVay and Nuss. Holy
Puka.
crap. And
Cup's
Puka-
done, but
Puka.
Puka's still
done.
Puka's a dog.
Cup freaking sucks.
And they can go get a receiver.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
easy.
Yeah, that's
That's
no
easy.
big
They're
deal.
doing it right now without.
And they
what was
actually
just
might get one in this draft. That might be something
Yeah.
they do.
Pretty good draft for him right now for sure.
It's
Let's just make this the NFL episode.
love-
Screw college right now.
love
We'll
McVay
we'll
and
talk some
Stafford.
NFL. So obviously,
McVay is a fascinating coach, man. He really
is.
is.
I love him.
I love
I've
him.
always been a fan of him.
Love him, and he's putting together a heck of a little coaching tree.
Yeah.
You know, already.
speaking of coaching tree, the tweet I sent today about Brian Kelly,
Yes.
did not know that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
insane.
I didn't get to open it.
It was Josh Pate. He was like favorite Brian Kelly or favorite Notre Dame story, something like that. Bringing up Brian Kelly. Apparently,
Central Michigan.
yeah, Brian Kelly in 2004 was the Central Michigan head coach. Apparently, Robert Sala and Matt LaFleur worked for him.
Oh wow! So he
Never knew that.
created them.
Yeah, and
There you go.
they apparently thought they were getting invited to like a Christmas party, and instead of being on the list for the guests, they were on the list to work, and they had to shovel snow the entire party.
That's
park
Shout out
cars.
BK. Yeah,
Park cars.
what a great guy he is.
And then I thought you were going to go down the rabbit hole of
Him killing a man.
killing the college kid.
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
you know?
that happened too. He's just got.
Did you listen
BK's
to what
got
I
a great
sent you last
background.
night?
I didn't get to.
Listen to that.
What is it?
Brady Quinn.
Oh, talking about BK.
Yeah, it talked about how everybody's bringing up the saying how he left, and he said because of the resources and stuff. Well, Brady Quinn reinsures he didn't mean to, but he reinsures BK was right. They didn't have resources. They didn't have money. Because when he left, it made Brady Quinn mad. So all of a sudden he went to his lawyer and started a collective, started having funds. They started raising money, started making the facilities better, like started having all this NIL money.
Out of nowhere.
What BK was saying, I didn't have the
I didn't have
resources. Yeah.
And then you had to go and do it.
And then you had to go and do it. Yeah, it's a good listen. Yeah,
I'll have to listen to that.
yeah, it's a good listen.
I straight up forgot.
Let's talk some wild cards. So go back to Saturday.
Ooh, 3:30.
Saw the Chargers come out firing. Field
I
goal,
thought they were about to
fumble,
run away
field
with
goal. Yeah, it seemed like it was all Chargers. And then what happened? You text and said the Texans might suck, and then I think they went on like a 32-6 run.
I lit the fire. I did that for them.
So what did y'all see out of that game and then the Ravens game?
It took
I'm
a
out on
turn.
those two games. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was gone.
It took a turn whenever the Chargers forced the fumble.
Yes.
On the first drive for the Texans, on the first play of the game for the Texans, and then get held to a field goal.
Yeah.
Back-to-back field goals inside the 30 or inside the 40.
That's the story of a Greg Roman offense.
You got to get more because, the defense won.
Yeah.
2 possessions in, they gave up only 6 points after 2 trips into the 30 or inside the 40.
Yeah. And then
that's a win every day of the week.
How many games did the Chargers win last year? Did they really suck?
5 or 4 because they got Joe Alt in the draft.
Herbert got hurt.
Right.
Yeah, so it was probably like 4.
What's his name?
6 maybe?
Was it 6? Okay.
But apparently this year they didn't beat anybody above 500 besides Denver.
How many teams are like that right now?
Redskins
because the
won.
league is so bad.
Yeah,
I guess
there's
that's
no
why.
mid this
Yeah,
year.
there's no
Everybody's
mid.
very good or very bad.
Sucks, yeah.
But then if you even during the game when it got 23-6 and then Ladd scores the huge play 86-yard touchdown.
Still in that draft.
Yeah.
God.
And then it looks like
Second rounder, huh?
Oh crap, they might be back. Like they might have some fight in them. Blocked extra point and then it gets returned. It was, and the kicker just gets embarrassed.
I think the commentator even said, even when the Chargers have done something good, it ends up being bad.
Yeah, everything just went against them. Herbert threw
the Chargers history.
Oh, it is exactly. Herbert threw 4 picks and he only threw 3 all season.
That's what part of my take said Monday. They said, we generally call this the Chargers chargering, but the game's generally a lot closer when they do that.
Yeah. Yeah, you think back to the Jags game when they were up 27-0 or something like that, and then they lose 28-27.
They're at least threatening to win.
Yeah.
But they didn't at this time,
Yeah, it's crazy.
And the Texans kind of flipped that switch,
guess
it's good to see for them.
Not that it matters, but where do the Chargers go in the draft? That's only Harbaugh's first year. He's about to get that right. I just don't know.
He had a very
when I
good
watched
success.
the Chargers this year,
What's their flaw?
yeah, that's kind of. I couldn't really. I never picked it up because they just seemed
Offensive
solid,
coordinator.
solid everywhere.
Get Greg Roman away from football.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to coach anybody.
That
He
would
ruins
help.
You
everybody.
need a wide
Yeah,
receiver,
yes.
too.
You do need that.
A legitimate one.
Yeah.
Quentin.
Quentin showed flashes.
He had
Stingley
really good
had more
games.
catches Saturday than Quentin did.
What'd you say?
Stingley had more catches Saturday than Quentin
yeah.
did.
it was.
Yeah,
Stingley's
we had
a-
as many as Quentin.
2-0. Yeah.
Stingley's a man child.
He
gets
is.
no credit for nothing. It's
First
all
team
about Sauce
All-Pro.
Garner. It's
You
never
don't hear Stingley's
You
name.
never hear Stingley's
Don't hear
name.
it.
No.
First team All Pro.
First, yeah, deservedly.
But yeah, if you think about the Chargers, they got the quarterback.
They got the quarterback.
You
got
think.
solid offensive line with Harbaugh there.
Yeah, their O-line's good now. It's good. Run game.
It doesn't matter.
works.
They're going to Harbaugh's going to find a running back.
Yeah, he uses
He's
random.
got Dobbins. Dobbins had a good year.
Dobbins was really good.
And he was
Yeah.
healthy.
Yeah, he was really
for
good.
like 2 weeks.
Tight end.
Will
Probably
Dissly's out there, but nothing
you
real.
could probably go something there.
And if there's a draft for tight ends, my God,
My gosh, this
there's
is
like
it.
10 of them.
Mason Taylor there seems about right.
Saints have to get one.
That's why I just feel that
we have to.
Wide receiver 2 has to be towards the top of the list.
Yeah, and then
like
their
a legitimate
defense,
one. You know?
They got dudes on defense.
They do, and I don't think of a major, maybe a linebacker.
Maybe a linebacker, and I mean your D line's probably getting a little younger there.
Bose is probably getting close to 30 now.
And what's his name?
Well, they got like
Khalil Mack's a free agent.
He might retire. He said.
Yeah, he said this would be his first time being a free agent in his 11-year career, and he doesn't really know if he wants to keep playing football.
Yeah. That phone
and then,
you know, somebody will pay him.
Oh yeah, he'll get.
He'll get
a
1 2 year deal, 10 a year.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna turn that down.
But then, yeah, you think about the draft. There's probably about 3 or 4 Michigan guys that are probably going first or second round.
Harbaugh's taking one of them.
The tight end Loveland, who's like one of the best ones. Take him.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you think about D-line. They got a couple from there going.
Or I could see the Penn State linebacker, tight end going there because
Warren,
he's not going to go. He won't go early.
If he might go, he might mess around and go top 15. Who knows?
They got Kuiper's got him as number 1.
He's so good.
The receiving class not really great at the top. They might go tight end early.
He has some physical specimens.
Yeah, you got some, but there's none of that.
McMillan's the one for receiver for sure.
Yeah.
But he might go. He'll probably go top 5.
I was just curious because I mean,
and then whatever Travis Hunter is, you know, whatever he's going to play.
That's
still
weird.
don't know.
It's not talked about. Like that's weird to me.
I would say we'll see at the combine. Like he might go out there and do both.
He'll do both.
Or does he not do anything?
Does he go to the combine?
He probably doesn't run for sure. I would be shocked if he runs.
I don't know if he goes to combine.
I don't think he does anything.
I think he just pros days.
He just goes and interviews or something there.
Because I wonder if he's actually fast.
I wouldn't doubt him.
I wonder what kind of number he'd put up.
I'd say
like to see it
4.38.
I see a high 4.3s.
Yeah,
right around 4.4.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt him. It wouldn't hurt his
That's
stock.
the thing. Like that could right there could help him out even more. You know,
But still, questions where you put him.
Yeah, I mean.
He would crush anything.
I know he's not, but even in the Big 12 games, he looks small on the field.
He looks very skinny.
He does. He looks very skinny, and I just don't know if that's going to serve.
Coach Prime's weight room and his meal plans. He's got them on. Give him an NFL meal plan. They'll feed him.
He needs to get bigger. He looks too thin.
And he's a Florida kid. Like that's just how a lot of them are.
Even Shedeur looks like he's skinny.
Yeah,
not very bulky.
I don't know.
Not as skinny as JD5 was.
I just don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
I really, and I think that's why you don't just, I don't know, it's weird, but nobody talks about it. I just thought this would be an all off-season discussion
I think it'll happen in February whenever they have the combine.
Yeah, and I think it's more so just like.
Plus, football's still happening right now.
Because the dude's he's a dude. I just don't know what he didn't just jump off the TV screen to me when he played cornerback. And I watched him, just watched him.
But that's also a good thing.
But it's a good thing. Yeah. But it's a good thing. But
because I think he allowed 1 touchdown this year.
Yeah,
it was the Nebraska game.
But
wait till that week after the Super Bowl when sports have basically came to a halt, and the only thing on is NBA and college basketball.
Colorado will be talked about.
First take will have the debate Wednesday morning, 9 a.m.
Probably.
Not Skip. Shannon versus Stephen A. They'll have the debate.
Because I'll be curious to see what he's going to do. He can't do both.
I think he's going to find a way to it at some capacity.
I don't think
he won't do it the entire game. That won't happen.
I just don't know how you.
It would depend on the head coach.
The best way is.
If you go to a crappy organization like the Raiders, who cares? I mean, they'll just let them probably.
Best way is you play cornerback and then situational wide receiver.
If he goes to the Patriots, which is possible with their pick, Mike Vrabel will let him play both ways.
No, Vrabel,
situationally or not, he's going to make his
Vrabel's playing at corner.
Yeah, he's going to put him at corner and say, "This is you. I'll put you opposite of Christian Gonzalez."
But they're also needing receivers a lot more.
They're also needing receivers, exactly. Yeah, Keyshawn Butte had a good year.
Yeah, he had 300 yards or something.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, with 3 different quarterbacks.
Yeah,
I mean,
he was fine.
Now it's May's job. That'll help.
Yeah, May's he's got it. Steelers Ravens. It was all Ravens to start it off. Then Russ came out and threw it around a little bit, but that game was all Ravens the entire game.
I hope the Cowboys hire Arthur Smith as their head coach.
That would be hilarious.
I would call Jacob Angevine immediately.
The Bears interviewed him today too.
He's getting interviewed by everybody, Peyton.
Every time
every team's interviewed him.
His offense are not good anywhere he goes.
No, I don't get that.
I don't either.
And he had Derrick Henry.
And then him and Russ apparently were not jihiving all year long. I saw that yesterday.
Let him go.
They kept that a secret.
Oh, it come out yesterday though.
That attributes to Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
Not letting it get out. Is it time for them to move on from him, you think?
Yeah, I do.
I would.
I think it's a change.
It's just change it up.
Change it up.
You know?
It's going to be the same thing as long as he's there. Change it up.
I would. I just don't know if they do it.
I would take him in New Orleans.
It's too late now.
It's just he needs to change the scenery.
Yeah.
You know, they just need a fresh start. Both of them do.
But they're not.
Like he said, it's too late now to do it.
It's too late now.
Kind of like the Cowboys. They basically screwed the pooch on that.
He's got all his eggs on Prime.
He's
going all
him or
in.
Kellen Moore. There's no.
It's going to be Kellen.
It's going to be Kellen Moore or Deion Sanders.
Yep.
There's no third option.
Mm-mm. There's no. It's them two.
And Kellen Moore just makes so much sense.
Because
Jerry just seems like a guy that wants to keep it in the family, and Kellen was there forever.
Well, I
even
didn't
as a
realize
player,
how close he was with the family.
Like that just feels.
Troy
like
Aikman was talking about that the other day. How tight Kellen was with the Jones family and stuff.
Yeah, it just makes way too much.
I love
sense.
Troy. Him and Joe are so good together.
They're a good team.
It's the best.
They're a good team.
Like listening to that
Now,
Monday.
I liked me some Tirico and Gruden. Okay.
Yeah, I did. Too.
I enjoyed Tirico and Gruden.
Yeah, but still, Joe and Troy just feels different.
Joe
man.
and Troy's good.
Who's got the Super Bowl this year?
That's what I was just about to ask. I haven't heard. It's about time for you.
It's not CBS.
About CBS because Romo just had it.
Fox.
Is it Fox with
Freaking Brady?
Freaking Brady.
He ain't good at it.
He's not.
Greg Olson is 10
way
times the
better. I love Olson. Now, I do like the dude with Brady.
Is it
Kevin Burkhardt?
Yeah.
Is that who it is?
Yeah.
Gotta be.
I like him.
I pulled that name out way too quickly.
2027, ESPN gets it.
So who's got it in six?
Next year is NBC's Peacock. So that'll be
Collinsworth and Tirico.
Jim. No, that's not Jim. It's Mr. Slide.
I love Collinsworth though. He's crazy.
He always seems. It feels like he's yelling, like he can't hear himself.
Tirico probably. I mean, Al Michaels can't hear anything.
Yeah,
anymore.
I think Collinsworth's like ears are going out or something.
Wait, is Al retiring?
Tirico's been doing it, hasn't he?
I don't think he is. Al's on Prime.
Yeah, Al's on Prime. Tirico's
yeah, that's
been with
right. That's
Collinsworth.
right. That's right. That's
Tirico's
right.
on.
Al's been with Kirk.
Okay, why walk away?
I love
Al
Kirk.
Michaels wants a 40th season.
Dude,
might
Al's
as well.
going to do it till he dies.
Yeah,
Yeah, might as well.
I wish. That's the only thing about
When's
Buck
Prime gonna get one?
and Aikman.
Super Bowl.
That's a question.
But it
When they
won't.
gonna be in the
Best broadcast.
Give me Netflix.
Give
With
me that Netflix
with
broadcast.
That picture.
Heck yeah.
I don't like. I wouldn't have big. The picture was the clearest picture I've ever seen in my life.
It was good. It was good stuff.
But the thing about Buck and Aikman, I hate when they went to ESPN is, that Sunday afternoon game didn't feel as big. They made
They were that for so long.
Yeah.
They were, and then
But it makes Monday night feel that much bigger.
it does. It does
Because we went through some rough years of Monday night
Yeah,
with Joe Tess,
freaking Joe Tess, and
Booker Mobile,
the what's his name?
Jason Witten.
No,
Sean
no,
McDonough?
no. Sean McDonough.
Yeah,
I mean, it was. We went from
Who was the color up
Hollering.
there? Who was the color?
Was
with
that
Judd?
Witten?
With
no.
Jason Witten was in the booth. I don't even remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, he had a. He,
It was
had
that-
a
he was part of the
man.
three-man booth.
he had a. Yeah.
Where was I at? 'Cause I forgot about that.
Because I was wishing they'd just put Orlowski and Louis Riddick.
Oh, I love
back.
them.
Them
Yeah.
together is phenomenal.
Dan Orlovsky is probably my favorite sports media personality right now.
he's great.
He's great.
Dude, he is.
That whole NFL
so
Live
good.
crew is awesome. I love Dan. I love Ryan Clark. I love Spears. I love Mina.
I
they're
feel
all
like
great.
I get smarter when I listen to Dan talk about
You get
football.
smarter. You get a lot
Like
smarter.
I feel like
Yeah.
I wonder why he don't coach. Does he
Quick.
have kids or
He
something?
does have kids. He's got a.
Like
But
I could
I
just
want-
see him
he
being a
looks
hell
like
of
a
an
coach.
OC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like the days.
Maybe Campbell will call him up after Ben leaves this year.
Go back to Detroit.
I mean, he loves Detroit. You know, that's his home.
Yeah, I was.
Love Dan Orlovsky.
He's really good. Did y'all see?
He is.
Y'all, I'm sure y'all saw on Twitter when Shannon Sharp. Sharp was making
Yes,
making
yes.
fun of who was he was making fun of, and they asked when's the last time. Oh, Burrow.
Yeah.
He was making fun of Burrow because he didn't make the playoffs, and he was like,
talking about receivers or something.
when the triple
crown.
Triple
and not-
crown. When's
not
the
making
last
the playoffs or
When's the
something?
last time a triple crown? And Dan started laughing. He said, "You asked." And it was Shannon Sharp's brother.
Sterling, yeah.
Sterling.
Last time to win the Triple Crown and not make the
Not the
playoffs.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Dan knew
Dan
it
just
immediately.
knew that.
Dan knew it immediately. He just started laughing.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Dan's awesome.
Going to Sunday, Chance, Buffalo.
Nobody circles the wagons.
Broncos
The
came
Buffalo
out and
Bills,
scored,
baby.
huh? Quick. Troy Franklin.
Yeah, and then Rayleigh's like, over 73.
Yeah, Rayleigh called an audible on the over 73 points.
I was like, Rayleigh, it's going to slow down, bud. Just give it time.
73, and it was 17 at halftime.
That just shows you when you have a good offensive minded coach, he's gonna have a game plan for that first drive.
Man,
Yeah.
and the
Bo
Bills.
Nix throws a hell of a deep ball.
He does though.
It's pretty, man.
He does.
Pretty. It wasn't as pretty as the it wasn't the Chiefs game. Who did they play before the Chiefs?
The one he threw on, was it a primetime night game?
We were in Tennessee, Clay.
Oh,
It was the weekend
Bengals.
after Christmas. Bengals.
Yes.
Holy cow.
That ball was unreal.
Probably the best throw of the year.
It was the longest throw of the year in air.
Yeah, it was beautiful. He throws a great deep ball. They got beat on a double move.
The Bills just do what they freaking do. Like they slow the game down and play it to their pace and run the ball down your throat. They play
Pounds
physical
it down their throat.
It's very impressive. Now, like, it's not what you think of when you think about the Bills and Josh Allen,
Throwing all over
especially
the yard. And,
you think about like the Gabe Davis, Stephon Diggs times when he's throwing for 400 yards. Josh is doing Superman. Josh isn't Superman unless he has to.
Josh
be.
was their leading rusher back then. You know?
Josh is only Superman when he absolutely has to be, and that's why they're so good right now. Like that's the change that has been important to this team.
Joe Brady has changed probably the trajectory of his career.
Oh my
Josh's
God, yeah.
career. Like
I
that does not get
think-
talked about enough.
I don't think Joe leaves yet. I think he does too well there to leave yet. I think it's kind of a Ben Johnson situation.
He goes one more year.
Yeah,
Goes back.
kind of a Ben Johnson where he's like, I probably could go, but not yet.
I couldn't leave it,
especially if they don't win it.
Yeah,
Like,
especially if they don't
win it though, be hard.
He's got to leave if he wins because you got to go out while you're on top. You know.
I just don't know. And when does
okay.
McDermott ever get fired?
And Brady,
He ain't.
You
McDermott is there as long as he wants to be there. I feel like now.
oh my God, they just
If
paid
he-
him. Was that a
that's
6-year
like-
extension?
They're never
Yeah.
going to fire him. It's going to be
No.
him stepping down. That's
Yeah.
what it's
But
going to be.
it's just crazy because they're a
he,
good
he
team.
saved football in Detroit, and not Detroit.
What
Buffalo.
job does Joe Brady want? There's not
Hell,
one
probably the
job that,
Saints.
There's not one job that I think he would just like, man, I'll leave for this.
Buffalo. I think he wants Buffalo's job.
Yeah,
wants
I
a
mean, yeah,
quarterback.
I mean, he would, but I don't
Dude,
think he'll ever get
is
it.
That's
there-
like we talked about Ben last year. I couldn't leave the Lions.
Is there a situation now? Obviously, from us looking at it, we would say yeah, absolutely. But is there ever a situation where, say, the Bills lose Sunday to the Ravens, and then next year, kind of a down year, they're still going to make the playoffs, or maybe they have a Bengals type year where they barely miss the playoffs? Is there a situation where they would just say, like, screw it, we want to keep Joe, let's just fire Sean and keep Joe as the head coach? Like, because say he goes back for next year, but then they're like, Joe's gonna leave. He's gonna leave. Do you pull the trigger and get rid of McDermott?
If you don't, you're talking about after next year's season,
Yes.
you don't win it all again?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, McDermott's gone if you don't win it all again by next year.
Yeah, I just feel like at some
He would
point you
have to
got to
be.
change
Yeah,
something.
He'd have to. If you get beat, especially if you get beat this weekend,
Yeah.
you don't make it to the AFC Championship game, and then you turn around next year, don't win it again,
Yeah.
he's gone. And Brady's hands the job over.
Yeah,
Um,
but you don't really see many changes like that where it's fire and then promote from within.
I guess it's because you're probably
Typically, you're resetting the whole house. Like you're
are.
cleaning it out.
Well, it's because, I mean, what much more can you you're an offensive minded guy. Your offense
Yes.
is running good. Putting you to head coach, does that really change what our other problems are?
Yeah.
And so that's
But he could also just move up to the head coach. You keep him there. The
Like a smart
offense
hire.
still works. Bring him in a good DC. Bring him in a one of the Vance Joseph, Brian Flores kind of guys.
See if Leslie Frazier wants to come back
Speaking
now.
of Brian Flores, is he interviewed for a job?
I ain't heard his name.
What the crap?
But is he still suing the NFL?
He might be.
Yeah.
He might not have interviewed because they were actually playing this week, too.
He's still got a lawsuit, I thought.
I haven't heard a name of a guy who was actually coaching this past week getting an
He's
interview.
got 3 interviews this weekend.
You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody
Jets,
really said
Jags,
Kellen Moore.
Jets, Jags, Bears for Flores.
He looks like a Bears head coach.
Is
that a
the
race
dude,
thing with Mike Singletary?
Probably, yeah, Lovie Smith.
And Lovie Smith and Jim Caldwell.
Dude needs...
Well, no, Jim Caldwell wasn't there.
Dude needs to do something. Like he's... It's very impressive what he does. Even though their team, they didn't play incredibly well Monday night, they still were pretty good for the defense.
They held them to 27 when their offense probably been averaging about 30 a game anyway.
They also had a pick 6 or fumble 6.
Yeah.
So the defense was not the issue. But yeah, man, I don't know what Buffalo does if they don't win it all, but hey, they're winning it all, right, Chats? Oh, that's not confident.
I'm not confident Sunday. I'm not going to lie to you.
You don't think they're winning this Sunday?
My gut tells me no, honestly.
Baltimore, man.
I would be. If you win it, I don't know.
And that's the thing that's going to piss me off,
I want to watch
man.
Kansas City first before I say this game's harder for them than next. Because Kansas City ain't played in about 3 weeks.
They
Exactly.
played since Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
literally.
Patrick ain't thrown a football since Christmas.
So, like,
It's going to be January 20th or some crap this weekend.
Let me
I
see-
kind of want to ride Houston money line on the first half.
Let me see what it looks like on that, and then I'll be like, yeah, if they beat Baltimore, they're winning it all. But
at the same time, Kansas City has like 2 people that were limited in practice, and they're both going to play. Like they are
they're
fully
fully
healthy. Hollywood Brown is back as well. So now you got Hollywood, you got Nuke, you got Worthy, who's looking better and better.
We don't even know what Hollywood Brown means to that offense.
Hollywood Brown is.
We've seen a game,
but he's a good player.
Yeah,
he's a
but
good
we don't
receiver.
know.
Well, it's at the end of the day, it's better than playing Justin Watson.
Yeah.
Now you're playing Hollywood, Nuke, and Worthy.
But does they try to get out of what
And
they've
Juju.
been doing though? Do they start chunking it downfield?
Let them.
But I mean, that's not.
It ain't gonna matter. They're gonna do what they want to
They're going to do
do.
what they want to do, and they're going to win.
We all know this. Kelsey's gonna have a hell of a game Sunday for the first time all year.
Kelsey's had to, he's been off for a month.
Saturday.
That's great for
Like-
him. Like he's ready.
Dude ain't
Kelsey
had to
needed
think
it.
about football.
It'd be interesting.
It will be.
I mean, the Baltimore and Buffalo game.
That game's going to be
That's gonna
epic.
be yeah.
Epic. Philly and the Packers. Philadelphia.
Are we gonna talk about those games in a minute?
Yeah.
We'll
we will.
preview. Okay.
Phillies and the Packers. Not really much happened in that game.
Eagles did not really impress me personally.
No, I mean it was first game
Did you
back
take a
for
nap?
Hurts. Kind of just closed my eyes in the first half, but I
didn't miss much.
I watched the whole game.
Jordan
Essentially,
Love looked like dog crap.
he did. It was kind of crazy.
Looked horrible.
And there,
Was that a little flash in the pan last year?
I think he's still just growing.
He had no receivers this weekend.
I mean, he never got receivers.
Yeah, they kept getting hurt.
At least one's always hurt.
His top 3 were all gone in the second half at one point. I thought.
Yeah, Dobbs got hurt. Watson was already
I saw that on
out.
Twitter. I didn't
He
watch
should be
it yet.
used to that. They're always hurt.
Yeah.
You know,
That's something that I was talking to Derek this past week about. Was like, when do the Packers they've got a room of a solid 5.
You go get the man.
You need to
need
get
a guy.
one, or even if you in house. I think Jaden Reed is a very good receiver. Make him that guy.
Go get T. Higgins.
Screw it, yeah. Why not?
and
get
that
T.
way
Higgins.
you an actual alpha male one.
Or at
And
the
then your
at
other
worst,
Jaden Reed ain't a one.
Jaden Reed is a very good receiver, though.
Yeah, he's a high end 2 maybe, but he ain't a guy.
But
At best, he's 1B.
regardless, I think it's more so the way that they run offense and the way that they scheme up things. It's not built. Even if T. Higgins comes, I don't think they schematically they're not built for a wide receiver 1. They try to move the ball around too much, and that feels like it's a negative for them, which is really weird to say. Yeah. Typically, you would want to spread it out as much as you could, but at the end of the day, sometimes you need that one dog, and that's like. If you watch the Packers this year and last year, they don't do that. Like, every week, it's a mystery of who's going to be the one that day.
Yeah,
and I don't think that's good, especially for a quarterback like Love, who, yes, he's very good, like arm talent and everything, but at the end of the day, he might need that one guy to rely on.
And it makes it hard to gamble on him, too.
It does. But that's something that, is for a young quarterback.
Needs a tight end.
He's got one.
Well, Kraft is
Kraft's
good. Kraft is good, and
It's
but he's also young. Like,
and you've got a good run game. Like they've got good stuff happening.
And I mean, it's
not
also
a bad defense.
It's a similar thing with Drake May. Like, the Patriots receiver room has like 5 guys that are solid. I mean, Bourne's solid, Douglas, Butte, Jalen Polk from Washington. Like, they got solid guys.
Hunter Henry's
they ain't
having
got
a
one
decent career.
They ain't got a one.
They ain't got a one.
Yeah, like if you actually get these young guys a one, it can change things. Crap, you saw what you gave Sam Darnold, Justin Jefferson this year. Look what happened.
Yeah.
Like, you gave them actual real top receivers.
I mean, all the smoke is Higgins going to New England, but
yeah, that's what it's been. But at the end of the day, I think he stays in Cincy.
I think he goes to Cincy too. I don't think he's going anywhere.
Burrow ain't letting him leave. I don't think.
Orlovsky talked about how Jordan Love really just pissed away a phenomenally played defensive game for them, for the Packers.
Yeah, and
he straight up wasted how great their defense played Sunday.
Their defense is good. It's legit. But Hurts was also coming back first game in 2 or 3 weeks from his concussion. So I think that was part of it. But they held Saquon in check for the most part.
When they play the Rams, it's going to be an interesting game.
It's going to be a fun one for sure.
Be interesting.
It's going to be fun. Commanders Bucks on Sunday night, best game of the weekend. Really, really good game. Jaden Daniels does what he does.
Man,
does what he does.
Man.
It's very
It's
impressive. I was.
And I love the demeanor.
Yeah.
You look through
Nothing
the helmet,
bothers him.
and you just see his teeth, and he's just smiling or laughing like it's just.
Whenever they make the field goal, he's just kind of just sitting on the sideline, just chilling.
What was the most impressive thing y'all saw that night in that game?
Baker Mayfield.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Did you watch it, Peyton?
I watched most of the first half, third quarter, and then I fell asleep.
Do y'all remember whenever Jaden had the edge and he has 30 yards of real estate to work with to the left to pick up 2 yards for a first down, and Levante David cuts his ass off and stops him for a negative gain?
Levante's just that dude still, man.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Look that up. I want to watch it real quick.
It's awesome. I do know. I did
Dude.
see that. Yeah, that's impressive.
It was the most impressive thing I saw that night, and that was watching Jaden Daniels even play phenomenal football at quarterback.
Well, you also got to witness Baker Mayfield have a perfect passer rating or whatever it was.
Yeah, I mean,
Or
Baker had a
the
good
highest
game, too.
ever. I mean, Baker, if you go to look up quarterback rating in playoff history, Baker Mayfield is number 1.
Why did he only throw it 18 times?
Freaking time of possession. They had the ball the whole game.
The Redskins had the ball 8 and 9 minute drives. They possessed the football. That's what wins playoff games, man, is possessing the football. People don't talk about
35 to 24 difference.
The Bills drain it and drag out the game, but
and
it works out
also
for 'em.
the Bucks. Bucky Irving's awesome, so that was a lot of their game plan. Freaking the Commanders can't run the ball. Brian Robinson ain't done crap in weeks.
Dude,
Eckler's been all right.
We have to remember that offensive line ain't good. That was our concern going into the season, and
I think it's
still a concern.
I think it's all right. But a lot of it has been helped with the scheme of Kingsbury.
And if it wasn't for Jaden Ledge, you'd be going, this offensive line sucks.
But even the passing game, I mean, Jaden has 35 attempts.
It's quick.
Everything is so
out.
quick, man.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
He's
He
making
got to.
one read 9 times out of 10.
It is.
He knows where he's throwing the ball after Kingsbury gives him the play.
That's one of the things I said Sunday night. I'm like, all credit to Jaden. He's still going out there and he's doing it, but man, it looks easy. And I don't think it's necessarily all because of him making it easy. I think it's Kingsbury just doing a heck of a job.
Kingsbury's phenomenal.
You know what that tells me?
What?
Kyle Murray sucks.
Or kind of like what I said was Kingsbury needs to be just an offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
and let
that
all
is-
his focus be
that is
on
another
offense, and not have to worry about the other stuff.
Yeah.
He's
that's what's
an
making
elite
this
offensive
marriage
coordinator.
good, because I still
Yes.
say Dan Quinn needs to be a DC. He's
Yes.
not a head coach, but he
It's
can kind of
perfect.
do his thing.
You've
right now.
got a guy that needs to be a DC and a guy that needs to be an OC.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're together.
They're together. Yeah.
Like Dennis Allen and Pete Carmichael.
Because it really blows my mind that people aren't knocking the door down for Kingsbury.
Yeah,
But I think the Arizona is so recent.
he's already done it.
Yeah, that they want to see another year of it probably
Yeah.
to make sure.
Well, and another year
And
of
just to see Kingsbury at a place for more than 1 or 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, went from Texas Tech to USC, then He was at USC for a month, then he went to get the Arizona job, and I mean, it's just.
But also, Kingsbury
went to Thailand
last year. He had the year off, right?
Yes.
So he comes comes in with this new scheme, new quarterback, who the NFL has never seen before, anything like that. For all we know, next year Washington could suck.
It just blows my mind. Usually at this point, there's enough film
by
out
now.
Yeah,
that they slow them
They've
down.
seen everything. Since week
else.
5,
Yeah.
everybody has seen everything
and
they
it's
need
not
to see.
changing. So that's like,
well, you got Dan Campbell and Aaron Glenn that are coming for him Sunday night or whenever that is, Saturday night.
Go get the Jets job, bud. Good
What
luck
an
with that.
idiot!
What an idiot!
That's my number one job. What are you doing, Aaron?
That's what I've been telling y'all.
Like, Aaron, what are you doing, man? Like, come to New Orleans. Like, I kind of want him to come to New Orleans so I don't have to watch him go suffer in New York.
That's a suffer, man.
Dude, I would rather take a bullet than coach the New York Jets or the New York Giants.
Like, that's just
more specifically the Jets. Like, because the papers are going to be all over him. No shot.
Maybe
has he ever even coached
He might just see the defense, which has a lot of talent.
That's true.
Good luck
You're
with
a
that,
head
though,
coach.
You can't score.
Yeah.
The W's and L's matter to you. When
you can't score. Who gives a care?
I don't really know.
That blows my mind.
Yeah.
With that
He's
ownership.
from Texas. He's from Humble, Texas, actually.
Hey, here we go.
Yeah, he didn't go to Humble. He went
And
to Nimitz.
never went to the Jets. And
He played for the Jets for 7 years. He was drafted to the Jets.
Oh, crap. Gotcha.
First round NFL draft pick to the Jets. Okay,
There we go.
all makes sense.
They changed his life.
All makes sense.
I mean, still Woody Johnson's there, though. I don't know
Yeah.
how much sense it makes. Interesting.
I ain't never coached there, though.
Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, Commanders.
He was on the New York Jets all-time decade team or
There we go.
something. So
Boom.
he's
What
kind
did
of
he play,
important
DB?
up there, I guess. I would imagine defensive back. He's only 5'9".
Okay, then yeah.
He's probably a safety.
But Commanders Bucks, it was a great game. Very fun to watch that one.
I didn't know he played.
I didn't either.
I didn't know he played.
Good little career. Like 41 interceptions.
I didn't know he played. I just didn't know
634 tackles.
Very cool though for the Commanders. Getting out there, getting that win already this first year.
One of our PRN pharmacists, they're from Virginia, so they were Redskin fans.
He ran a 4.39 in the combine at 5'8".
Back then.
That is flying. Without like you said back then before you trained for it.
Yeah. Wow.
Dude.
Just natural. And
40-inch vertical.
They were season ticket holders for years for the Redskins. And she's I think she's probably in her early 40s or so, and she's never seen a playoff win.
Yeah,
like, I mean,
I saw a kid. There's a guy on Twitter. I don't know how old he is. He was like 20 something. He was like, "It's my first playoff win."
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like it's been that long, but it's very cool for that organization. They've just turned it around everything.
Magic Johnson,
Bob Myers. Hey, all he does is win, baby. All he does is win.
Well, I mean, Magic does
the
it
owner,
in every sport.
Yeah,
the owner. Everybody made fun of in the when he got interviewed in the Monday Night Football.
Yeah,
who's laughing now?
Yeah, Dan Quinn back at it. Kingsbury back at it. Like it's very cool. It's a very cool story altogether.
Bobby Wagner's still playing at an elite level of football.
Yeah, Austin Eckler being important.
That was a neat thing that Quinn talked about the other night. He was like, I went for guys in free agency, not necessarily because they were at the top of their play, but for the leadership in the locker room.
Yeah, they had to change that culture.
I'm trying to build the culture.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Like Bobby Wagner, Hall of Famer.
Bob Wagner.
And then Eckler, who's someone that, people have been raving about him for a while, and he's like the leader of like the running backs in the NFL in terms of like a PR standpoint. Then, it absolutely makes sense. And then a guy like
we questioned
Jaden,
that Eckler. We was like, that doesn't really. Why would you do that? But now we see what he was trying to do more than just a play.
And you saw how important he was. Like he was making some of the biggest plays of the game Sunday night.
Guys like Jamison Crowder.
Yeah,
I mean, wide receiver 6, but career journeyman,
and you never
respected.
You never hear a bad thing about Terry
or Zach Ertz.
I don't know if I've ever heard Terry talk.
I haven't either.
I don't know his voice,
but
couldn't tell
you never hear a bad thing about him, especially for Ohio State receiver. They're always in the news.
Always running that mouth.
Yeah, always. I mean, but he was also one of the ones that
don't ever complain at all.
No, he had every reason to complain and ask out.
Every reason to complain.
But no, what's he do? He gets an extension.
Yeah.
Before Jaden gets there.
Heck yeah.
He wanted to keep playing with my boy Sam Howell.
And now he's got it made. But yeah, it's very cool what that organization is doing. Bucks will be back as well. Baker, baby.
It'll be the same.
Nope, Baker.
They'll be 10-7,
winning that
9-8,
winning the
South,
South.
winning the South,
Winning
and
the
getting
South.
knocked out. Yeah.
going down to the wire with the Falcons.
Like, realistically, though, like if Baker was a Saint, like
I'd die for him.
Well, I know that. I do know that. But like we'd be mad. We'd be in the same boat we are what we got now.
Oh no, I'd be thrilled if I had Baker.
I don't know.
I think we'd be
First round playoff exit every year.
Yeah, I think we'd be
tired of it.
Because we talked about this even when we signed Carr. Like, what's he going to do? Get us in the playoffs and we lose?
It ain't like Baker ain't the reason they're losing though.
But I mean,
Brady won. Todd Bowles is the main reason that they're who they are.
He ain't going nowhere because he didn't fire him
nowhere.
last year. He definitely ain't going this year.
If you haven't fired him by now.
No, I mean,
but I mean, I don't think Baker.
But
is
what
what's
I'm
holding
saying is,
them back.
it's the same deal. We did a salad, like.
It's the coaches at the end of the day.
I wish we would hire Todd Bowles as our head coach because that bastard could find him an offensive coordinator. You know that?
Cohen's
Liam Cohen be a head coach
Jacksonville.
this year or next year.
He's going to Jacksonville.
Canales has fixed Bryce Young.
Yeah.
Like he fixed Baker Mayfield.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Geno Smith.
That's what I'm saying.
Geno.
A decade after.
Hey,
yeah.
Go get me Todd Bowles. Throw him the bag. Whoever they bring in, he brings in for this offensive coordinator. Fire Bowles after year one. Hire that guy as a head coach.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Tell me that wouldn't work.
There's already another guy that they're already
Clay,
talking
did you
about.
see Corday broke up with Osaki?
Yeah, that happened a little bit ago.
Yeah. This is my first time seeing tennis since I remember seeing that on Twitter.
I love big tournament tennis tournaments.
I can't do it. God, it's so boring.
Dude, no. In them semifinals.
There's already a guy that they're talking about in the Bucks organization that's going to replace Cohen whenever he leaves.
People talk about golf being boring to watch on TV. Dude, this is the most boring sport in the world to me.
No, man.
Hey, Thaddeus Lewis is there. Shout out Thad. Remember
me.
him?
Nope.
Played at Duke, I believe. Quarterback.
I don't remember him.
I remember.
This is the guy.
Yeah.
There's the next one.
Gizzard.
Call him Gizzard.
Josh Grizzard. Looking at him.
Anybody north of Arkansas doesn't know what a gizzard is.
Hold up. There's also. Let me see if I can find him. I think he's a Vikings guy.
Speaking of play quarterback, I saw somebody. Keep going. I'll think of it just a second.
Y'all saw the Bills signed Anthony Brown to the practice squad yesterday?
Yeah, he's playing the Lamar role.
He's being Lamar for the practice squad.
There's a young guy I saw. I think he's a Viking. He might not be, but you looked at this guy and he was just like football. Like he's going to be an OC somewhere.
Who is their OC?
It's
Chance.
Connell.
Chance, the LSU quarterback. He never played it down at LSU.
Lowell Narcisse. Thibodeau.
Yeah, head coach at Thibodeau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was at AC this year. Ascension Catholic.
Yeah.
Sportsline is not a fan of what he did. Is not a fan of him going to Thibodeau.
Interesting.
They think he should have stayed at AC and keep having success
And then I
there.
saw
and
another-
wait for somewhere
Sportsline has a
different.
lot of
I saw another
Ascension Catholic people on there.
LSU quarterback that never played it down. That's the Texas Tech quarterback coach now.
Brandon Harris.
No, he's the
Played a lot
Because
of
he's
downs.
doing something.
He's
got a good little gig going.
the head recruiter at Texas.
That's what it is.
Recruiting coordinator. Keep going. I'll look it up.
Last game was Monday, Minnesota and the Rams. We've already talked plenty about that. Let's go to the division round. And also, speaking of Bowles, we can go back to our hot take fridge. Bowles won't see the bye week. He saw the playoffs, actually. Peyton.
But he basically
Back-to-back years.
But he basically didn't do nothing. Still. He
made
still
the playoffs.
He still should have got fired like he got fired last year.
And Mike Evans is still a Buccaneer.
The one I got talked about the most, Georgia won't make the semifinals. I nailed it.
Quarterback situation.
Oh,
They're in there.
come on.
They're in there if that doesn't happen.
Come on. They lost to the,
What is
to the
Bama
team
going
in
to
the
do for
championship.
quarterback?
Who?
Bama was all in on Carson Beck. I read that the
I didn't know that.
Yes. Because
They undoubtedly were all in on Quinn Ewers as well.
Because
I
they
saw
don't have
that,
an option.
Yeah, I saw that Georgia called Beck immediately, and then Bama did.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Saints to make the playoffs. Peyton, yes. Clay and Chance, no.
It was a hell of a first 2 weeks.
It was. I saw someone today on Twitter. They were like, "Take me back to September."
I was at that Cowgirls game. It was awesome.
Bills under 9.5 wins.
I did not.
I said that.
That wasn't me.
That did not go well. Neither did Vikings under 6.5.
They only doubled that.
Yeah, more than double that.
But I went 20-12 on the over/unders for the seasons.
Yeah,
So
you should have parlayed it.
Yeah, I could have made $600.
You should have round robined it.
And then probably our worst of the year, Caleb Jackson, all SEC. Peyton, what happened there?
Caden Durham existed.
The most surprising thing
Yeah.
of the team this year was that. And the fact that he didn't even transfer.
He didn't transfer.
Dude,
Like,
he's sitting there.
For what? And now they put him in the bowl game
Yep.
to run the clock out when they need a big bruising back.
He ain't left.
I don't think I
Hey,
watched a second
I
of the
will.
bowl game.
I will tip my cap to that dude. I hope he comes back next year and balls out, man. I love seeing kids that don't just bolt because he had a bad year, and maybe he realized, hey, it's my fault. I mean, maybe he needs to get better. Yeah, I mean, but he just can't see holes.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why he could see the holes last year real well. I couldn't see them this year real
Yeah.
well. Didn't make a lot of sense, but yeah.
But yeah.
Good for him, though.
Lindsey Scott's the Texas Tech.
Oh,
Hey.
okay.
Lindsey Scott. You remember when he got signed to LSU
Uh-huh.
and why he got signed
Yep,
to
I
LSU
do.
and when he got his scholarship?
I do.
Got his scholarship offer like the week after the state championship
Week
game.
after it, and they didn't have a quarterback.
We didn't have a quarterback in the class.
They had to go get one.
It was a Ricky Collins situation
Yep.
before Ricky Collins.
Yep.
I remember listening to Sean Fox on 97.7 say, man, that Lindsey Scott kid from Zachary looked good yesterday or whatever. Man, LSU should go get him. And then they do like the same week. I was like, damn, this dude's a genius.
Yep.
Going
Lindsey
on
Scott.
to
He played football a long time.
He did.
Oh, what a
Dude, he went to
Nichols, right?
Last Chance U and went out there and balled out,
Mm-hmm.
and then came back to Louisiana.
Yeah, Nichols.
Good for him.
Chiefs
Good for him.
Texans kicking it off Saturday at
Missouri
3:30.
too.
Texans
sure did.
continue to play at 3:30. They've played every game that they've ever played at 3:30 in the playoffs. It's crazy. What are we thinking? Chiefs -8 right now. That seems high.
Texans going to give them a scare early, but then
Chiefs do what Chiefs do.
Chiefs are going to win by like 11.
Be
Probably.
double figures.
Yeah, they'll win by 10 to 14 points.
But gotta say,
and it'll be a very convincing 10 to 14
gotta say,
points.
whenever you watch that game for the Texans, man, that defense is impressive.
Watch Daniel Hunter and
Will Anderson.
Will Anderson against Patrick Mahomes. That's going to be the one to watch.
Will Anderson's so good
You watch
already.
You watch Lassiter on one side of the field and our boy
Stingley
Stingley
on
on
the
the other one.
Yep.
They've got a hell of a foursome.
And
You
you
hear
got
me?
you got a coordinator / head coach with D'Amico, who I think I said Saturday I was like I'd trade a first for him. I would love to have him in New Orleans.
He looks like he could just he looks like a leader of
Yeah,
men.
he's
He
Mike
gives off
Mike
a
Vrabel
leader.
but black. That's
You
what
know,
that's
like-
what he is.
And probably like 10 years younger than him.
Yeah,
Like, he exudes
Yeah.
NFL head coach like of a successful team.
Yeah,
Like, he
and,
just
and
looks like it.
nothing like he never
They
really
knocked it
makes
out the
any.
park getting him,
he
man.
never really makes any type of mental mistakes as a coach that you would see with a lot of the young ones. Like there's really not been a negative thing come out of him.
He's got a good veteran staff around him too.
He does, but I mean the OC is young.
OC's young, but I mean
and
you got what's his name at DC.
He's kind of cooled
who
off,
is
hasn't
it?
he?
Is it the
Um,
Phillips?
Wade Phillips there?
no,
No, the Slowick head coach had job.
Matt Burke.
Stuff slowed
It's his
down.
second year, but he's
He looks
21st
like
of
he's
a-
about to crap his pants. Click on that picture of him.
It's his 21st year in the NFL.
yeah, I remember them saying how long he's been around in the league.
He farted during that picture and like
He-
something
he
almost
looks
came
awkward
out.
in that picture.
Let's see who else is on the staff.
D'Amico just looks like a nice guy.
He
too.
does. He just looks like a great guy.
He looks like he's got a wife of like
Dude
15
still
years.
throw the pads on and go make you a play.
Oh, definitely.
100%.
Definitely.
You think that's allowed?
Jake Olson, is that the blind guy?
No, that guy don't do nothing, Clay.
Why not?
I knew. Whenever you clicked on his picture, I knew where you were going. I knew where you were
Why
going.
not?
His ass walks around with a stick. Clay.
Nah. He knows ball.
Dude played one snap at USC.
Yeah, he knows ball. He played in the CFL. You don't need to see. He just needs a snap.
He put that mug on the money. Too. I
Dude
ain't gonna
got
lie.
2 tackles.
That's bullshit. I don't believe
No,
that.
he got 2 tackles. He played
Dude,
the playoffs.
he got
Jeff.
ran onto the field with a dog at
He played for the
USC.
Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Yeah. Come on. Now, he got hurt every week. He started 12 games at left tackle at USC or at Central Michigan. Oh wait,
What?
is this the wrong Jake Olson?
That ain't the right one.
Oh, okay. So that's an actual Jake Olson, not the blind
That's
guy.
probably the guy that's the coach.
Maybe. So the blind is the picture.
That's Jake Olson.
So he didn't make the tackles?
Hell no, he didn't. You don't remember the E60? He had to get led onto the field.
He's still on Twitter all the time. So
Oh, gosh.
I
He
see.
can talk to Siri,
Yeah, he
Mike.
tweets all the time, man.
He tells Siri, I mean.
Dude's a good tweeter.
boy.
Yeah.
He's a good tweeter.
Since 2021.
I could have driven to practice if I were to have long snapped at Georgia. Holy crap!
Oh, gosh.
Look, what a tweet! What a tweet!
What a tweet.
Is that him jumping off a diving
When
board?
I was told I would have to lose my one and only eye and go completely blind, I was sad to think how I'd never actually be able to see USC win another championship. But then I thought about all the Oregon fans and told myself if they could do it, so could I. I told you, this guy.
What a tweeter. Hey.
He said it would never work on me.
I'm telling you, he's a great tweeter. He's great.
What a guy.
What a guy.
Who's in the casino?
Yeah.
Casinos could not be fun for him.
He did not. He did not make the tackle.
He said casinos could not be fun for him.
He did not make the tackle. Good to know. But yeah, that's Jake Olson. Texans Chiefs. I would think the Chiefs win, but man, who knows? Any leans there? Yeah, just Chiefs.
Chiefs.
And
double
then
figures.
Saturday night, our Detroit Lions hosting the Commanders. I
Our
believe
Commanders.
I saw,
We got to go our Commanders.
but it's our Lions.
JD5.
It's our Lions at the heart, though.
JD5.
Yeah, but it's our Lions.
Against a beat-up defense. Maybe he can just run around everywhere.
Who knows? Who knows? Shout out to Meek Robinson.
Pulling for our Lions.
Shout out to Meek for that Justin Jefferson game. That was awesome. That whole story. What was it, Chance? Didn't he just go in?
Hold on. I think I'm losing my whole team in fantasy.
All right, we are back from that interruption.
Sorry.
Shout out Angevon. He screwed up everything. But he did give us a Super Bowl pick. He said Lions versus anybody. Whoever they play, they will win. And I think that's a common pick. I think a lot of people are feeling that way.
Which means Chiefs will probably three-peat.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Man, that'd be a heck of a game. That'd be a heck of a game. Any Lions versus Ravens, Bills, Chiefs matchup would be incredible.
Get the Lions there. That's the first
Yes.
step in our plan. Get the
Please
Lions
don't
there.
ruin it, Philadelphia.
Yeah. Or LA.
God, I hate Philadelphia.
Or L.A.
I don't want to see either of them.
I would rather see a three-peat than see the Eagles win it.
Stafford
come
back
on.
in Detroit
That'd be awesome.
and in the NFC Championship game.
I mean, he lost there last year.
That'd be awesome.
So, I
That
mean,
would be crazy.
I would rather see the Rams or the Chiefs win over the Eagles. I really would.
Yeah, I agree.
Really would. It's
I-
just something about that franchise, man. They piss me off.
I know.
The players, like, I don't mind the players. It's something about the freaking name.
They got a good team, man.
Like, it's something about Sirianni, and it's something
That
about
dude lost his job. That fan lost his job today. These DEI. He's the one that was heckling that couple. He's an Eagle fan.
Is that what I was talking about on the phone with him? The Packer fans?
They got heckled by the Eagle
Yes.
fans. Yeah, that
Yeah.
dude lost his job today.
Good. Should have. Piece of garbage.
Yep.
Good.
Going on to Sunday.
Scum of the earth.
Going on to Sunday. Rams Eagles 2:00 on Peacock. That's weird. 2:00 on a Sunday. I just don't even feel
Like
right.
actually on Peacock or NBC?
Peacock.
NBC/Peacock.
Oh, okay. That's that. Sure.
Still, it just feels
2
weird.
o'clock starts weird, and then 5:30 is even weirder. Like, that's very unnatural. I'm not a fan
But
of
it'll
that.
be
They
6:30
do that with
Buffalo
the
time.
AFC NFC Championship game too. I don't like
That don't make any sense.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a reason.
Yeah, it's really going to screw.
Stats have shown something.
It's really going to screw me with church.
Supposed to snow in Philly too.
Yeah, I suppose
I might have to be sick Sunday night. I don't know.
I will be physically sick Sunday night. I'll be ill.
They might be doing church
It's gonna
without
be cold
sound.
here Sunday.
Good.
And Monday and Tuesday.
Ice us in.
Yeah.
It's supposed to snow Tuesday.
Any leans on Rams Eagles? Do you think that the Rams can do it?
No.
I think it's going to be low scoring, 43.5. I feel it could be an under. Both defenses are so good.
Yes, and
I think Jalen's going to have a bounce back game.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he's got to. I mean, what happened last time A.J. Brown did not get the ball? Next game, he had like 8 catches for like 90. He's going to get force-fed, I think.
Another game where Hurts is back, not his first game back like it was last week. Overall, though, I think it's a battle of two really, really good defenses.
Really, really good defense.
Both built through the draft.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at that Philly team, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, all the Georgia guys. Jalen Carter's already a freaking all-pro. Nakobe Dean is out, but he was balling out. Nolan Smith, they've nailed all their picks. And really, Reed Blankenship at safety, they've really built that team up through the draft. And it's very impressive to watch them play.
And receivers.
Yeah.
Weapons are all through the draft.
I mean, Devontae.
Other than A.J. Brown.
Yeah. I mean, the O-line is built. You lose Jason Kelsey, you think it's all over. They're even better. Yeah. They might be better. They're just that good. So shout out to them, man. That O-line, whoever that O-line coach is, got to be a legend.
I mean, that dude.
Got to be a legend.
They've never not had a good offensive line. Ever.
Since Jason Peters.
Yeah. But yeah, very, very impressive stuff there for the Eagles, just all around.
And shout out to the security guy.
Big Don?
Big Dom? Yeah.
Uncle Colin said the other day, he said, tell me another security guy you know of any other NFL
That's
team.
right. That's right. That's right. I would go with
I think the Eagles are going
I'd
to win.
go Eagles to win.
I hate the weather for the Rams. I think that will be a disadvantage for the Rams
Yeah.
if it is.
And I just don't know.
And then they're basically
also for the
back-to-back
Eagles,
road
shout out Milton Williams, Pride of the Tech. Already, everybody's talking for free agents 2025. Number 1 D tackle, getting a bag from somebody, if not Philly. Set behind him in class. So shout out to Milton. I sat behind him one quarter and then a Meek the next.
Oh,
that's a heck of a 2 right there, man.
No doubt.
A Meek's about to get paid too,
and they might be playing each other in the conference
prove it,
championships. So that'd be really cool. But yeah, I think the Eagles do get it done. And man, Eagles, as much as you don't like the Eagles, which either of these teams versus the Lions would be a great game. You got the Stafford Golf line, and then Eagles Lions is just the 2 best teams in the NFC.
Yes.
And then if you go to the AFC, it's going to be the Chiefs versus a heck of a football team that's going to win a heck of a football game. Ravens Bills, 5:30 Sunday. Jim and Tony on the call. Oh,
hey, I didn't watch. Let's see, what game do they have Sunday afternoon?
Bills.
Yeah, they had the Bills Broncos at 12.
I didn't watch any of it. I saw some on the Twitter machine. Some people were bashing
Talking about Tony.
What did he do?
I don't know. People just hate.
People
Tony.
are tired of Tony now.
Yeah,
he's old news.
They're tired of his shtick with the where he tries to predict the future and talk
I'm
stuff
not
like
mad
that.
at that.
I like him. I
That
thought he's
doesn't
great.
hurt me.
I think he's really good.
I think he bounced back this year. I think last year he got a little
too ahead of it.
Yeah, and I think he had a good year this year. I'm not mad at that at all.
I'll say something.
And he's
Before
with the
the
GOAT
game,
in Jim Nance.
Before the game, they showed him and Jim sitting down on the stools, and all that crap. He, like the scorebook that you have for baseball to keep the book, he had one of those for like football or something in his lap that was massive. I've never seen something like that before. I want to know what it is. I don't know what it is. I want one.
I don't know what kind of notes he takes.
Yeah.
I would love to read them.
Oh my god.
He should post them on Twitter after the game.
I did see a clip where the fake punt, and he was telling Jim. He said apparently Tony called that back in the middle of the week.
Why not?
He said he saw the corner. He would never turn his head, and he said I told Jim earlier this week.
Sean's gonna see it.
Sean's gonna see that. And it's gonna be a fake. Yeah. Like, I mean, why would
football
you not like that?
minds are incredible.
Yeah,
they
like,
are.
why would you not? Like,
Gotta
that's
be
what
precise,
I love.
man. About
Robo
every
teaches me
little
something when I'm
thing.
watching.
Yeah. Have you seen the Gruden and Andrew Luck clip that's been going around on Twitter?
Dude.
It's awesome.
It is.
It's
awesome.
awesome.
I miss Andrew Luck.
I might Gruden.
Like Chance, you think you know football pretty well. When you watch that,
I don't know it near.
but
as
no,
well.
but you
Near
as a
good.
coach, as a center, like you watch that crap. What is it? Is it like a foreign language or like
I just sit there and smile.
yeah, that's football. Like
I just smile like I love you.
Yeah.
You know, like it's
Dude,
beautiful.
It's incredibly impressive.
It's like poetry. It's like poetry.
I was with Gruden. I was pissed when he retired. When Luck retired too.
Yeah.
Everybody was.
Yeah, like you just.
I was because I drafted him in fantasy the day before.
You sure did.
We lost out on watching a
legend. Yeah.
It's you got to be thankful for the time we had.
Yeah.
Like
But yeah,
family
that was
died,
watching that and him Gruden just sitting back calling out the routes or whatever. It looks like, well, I think we call that something different.
Gruden gets so into those fits.
He's so
When
good,
you
man.
follow Gruden now that he's working at Barstool,
Yeah, he gets
Peyton,
so.
have you seen them running plays?
Yeah, he gets all into it.
It's the best thing in the world.
I need a receiver.
It's so good. I need you to command the huddle.
He is so.
Who's my
into it,
quarterback
man.
today?
His
Where's
first,
Megan? She ain't here.
His first
You
day
ready
in the
for this?
office, he just sat down and they brought in every employee for like an hour, and he said like he tried them out for his football team. Like there was one of the bigger guys, and he was like, get a 3-tech, and then he goes, tell me y'all don't see Haloti Nada right there. Like what are you talking about, Gruden?
It's so
He's on that
entertaining.
boy turns around and goes,
Yeah.
Who are you?
You didn't know his name.
No, he don't have a clue.
Yeah, you are.
He just loves football.
I
he
love
loves football.
Gruden. I would
He's-
love
he's-
him to be in booth or the sideline.
Dude, he's
Yeah.
doing such a good job at Barstool too.
He is.
Like,
That was a
I
home
did
run hire.
not expect that.
That was a home run hire. I
Oh,
thought it
it's-
was a home run hire when he hired
Dave's already said it's one of the best hires he ever made.
him.
And it's been like a month.
Absolutely.
Like not even close.
The dude's just he gets giddy.
He loves football.
Mincy asked him the first day he saw him, man, these New Orleans rumors about you coming back down there to coach Tree. He said, no, man, I work here.
Did you see when he wouldn't go hit in their simulator at foreplay?
I saw him play golf with Jersey.
Dude,
Jersey
go
Jerry.
watch the video where he hits in the simulator foreplay when he's walking off and he's talking about it. It's like he just breaks things down like you wouldn't think how he could break it down.
He
Like,
said, I play every hole like it's a par 9, so I always break 90.
Have you seen their new hire? They're a new golf guy.
Oh, my
Beef?
God. Dude.
I knew him before they hired him. Yeah, yeah.
Dude, he knows his stuff. I
He
watched
does.
I
He
watched
does.
the putting tutorial yesterday.
He does. He does. Know
Get
his
3
stuff.
yardsticks from
Yeah.
the hardware store.
Yeah, he was famous on Twitter there for a while.
Another one of the big dudes came up. He's like, oh, man, you just got to help me get around this thing right here. Somebody's good. He's like, I got you. Don't worry.
The other day they were talking and he was like,
He's like 6'5". Dude. He's huge.
he was asking everybody like what they golf and everything, and one of the guys is like, I'm typically like 95 to 100. He's like, I can get that to 85.
Yeah.
He's like, give me a year.
He's a PGA pro.
Yeah. He's like, I can
he's
get that to 85.
certified to do this.
And they were like, we didn't give you any more information. He's like, yeah, but I can get it to 85.
Yeah.
But then he was like, now if you're an 85, it's going to be tougher. I can get you about to 80 probably.
Then it gets
Yeah,
hard.
yeah. He was like, the lower you go, the harder it is to change a lot.
Like,
a
he's going to
big
help.
man.
He's going to help Jersey Jerry break a 90. I think he said.
Ravens Bills though Sunday evening. What are we thinking, Chance? You're the Bills guy.
Not gonna
Are
lie.
they doing it? Everything
gonna
in me
lie.
tells me that this is the Ravens.
My gut just screams Ravens.
Peyton, what are you thinking?
Boy, it feels Ravens. I feel,
First off-
Which I'm not gonna
off-
lie to you, makes me feel better about the Bills.
yeah.
Not gonna
First
lie to
off,
you.
I want a fantastic football game. That's all I really care about. Like, I'd be happy with either team winning, but it does go back thinking about just what some people have talked about on Twitter this week. Even if both quarterbacks play great, it's going to be disastrous for whoever loses.
Yeah.
Like the narratives that are going to come out because
That's what I was gonna say earlier. There's a no-win situation for either quarterback if they lose.
like no, the best,
narratives could be
the best case scenario is you're looking for like a 49 to 52 game or something where both teams just score. But even then, man,
And
one
you're
little
not
mistake.
in that snow.
No,
I mean, it's not going to be.
now and that could help them maybe.
Who does it help? They both run the
No,
ball
I'm
really well.
in terms of their narrative.
Oh,
it
the
could
narrative.
help.
Yeah.
Like it's not. I'm scared for
To
Monday.
me, it's going to hurt Lamar and Baltimore more.
I would think so.
I mean, because
'Cause
Lamar.
Josh still has the excuse
Have we
of
ever seen Derrick
no Pro
Henry in the
bowlers.
snow?
Probably not. It ain't gonna matter.
That might be a scary sight. Like a
damn Yeti coming after somebody.
Yeah. It's
Like
going to be an awesome game.
Lamar almost has no excuse to not win. They've already beat him in the They've already beat him in the regular season handily.
But the Bills were hurt.
9 Pro Bowlers.
Yeah.
And Hall of Famer at running back.
Hall of Fame running back, second best running back in the league, best linebacker in the NFL.
Zay might be back.
Best linebacker in the NFL. Heck of a secondary. Josh has some excuses. I'm not saying I'm trying to make them for him, but he's got more of a leg to stand on if they lose
If
than
Baltimore
Lamar
loses
does.
Sunday, they won't do it. But like, do you start wondering, is it time to maybe move on from Harbaugh?
I
I don't know when you can.
He's just
I
been
mean,
there
I
too
know
long.
you can't, but
Yeah.
like, you got to change something up. You can't
Yeah.
just keep running it back every year and not. You keep running the wall.
If Zay Flowers,
Because you're kind of
plays-
wasting Lamar at that
you're
point.
wasting. Yeah, exactly.
If Zay plays and he's a full go and everything, not limited,
That's
then-
going to be a big key.
Then it changes a lot of things. But then if Zay's limited or doesn't even dress out, then you've got the concern of Rashad Bateman's is one. There's a legitimate reason why they lost.
It goes heavy. It goes heavy.
Then they run the ball
Mark
50
Andrews
times.
Unlikely. I
Yeah.
mean, and they run the ball 50 times. I mean,
Yeah, but that's the one,
which
like,
is what they didn't do last year in the playoffs and what cost them.
and what they started doing against Pittsburgh, and you saw what
Yeah.
happened quick. They
Yeah.
got ahead quick.
So I mean,
And that's the thing. Both of these teams want to run the football. Like as much as we kind of talk about it as Josh Allen being Superman, this team runs almost as much behind James Cook as they do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like they love James Cook and him controlling the game, and then Josh, filling in here and there. I mean, me and Chance, I had a bet on Allen, so I was a little bit annoyed in the first half when he wasn't doing much, and I was like, what the crap are they doing? What are they doing? And then 5 minutes left in the second quarter, Josh comes alive. Whenever they need to, he makes stupid plays. Like he
still has it in
Yeah,
him.
then you see Josh Allen. So it's going to be interesting to see.
and it's at Buffalo.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see though. When are these teams going to go
in wintry conditions.
like when is Baltimore going to say, "Oh, we have Lamar Jackson"? When is Buffalo going to say, "We have Josh Allen"? Like at what point in the game do those
Do they
teams do
abandon
that,
the run?
or do they go for it immediately? Like it's going to be a chess match. It really is.
I'm not going to lie to you. The Bills might come out immediately say, okay, 17's got to win the game for us.
He might. Yeah.
Just solely based off the fact of week 3 or 4 whenever they play
you
the
get to
Ravens.
feel the game after the first quarter. It might
Yeah.
be just like Josh just running out.
It's time, buddy.
It's time.
And
yeah.
the good thing
Put the
is
cape
he
on.
hasn't had to do it this year.
So he's right. That's
He's
right.
ready. He ain't ran the ball as much as he normally does. He's ready,
You
like
just
he's-
hope Josh doesn't do that. Try too hard to
Does
do
too
that.
much,
Get into the
yeah.
gunslinger.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be a fascinating game from so many levels.
It all
man.
depends on how the snow's coming down
Yeah.
too. He might not be able to get in that mode.
Yeah.
I mean, it just the weather's going to depend a lot on that.
I don't think it's supposed to snow a lot.
Sometimes, yeah.
I think it's
sometimes
mainly supposed to snow Saturday.
Sometimes snow makes the games more high scoring. Like it's weird to think, but like typically there are games where the snow doesn't make it a complete ground pound game between both teams.
Well, I mean, it's not making the fields like a rain game. It's not where it's
Yeah.
slushy, and I mean, it's they're blowing it off. They're keeping
Yeah.
it. The ground's usually hard.
And
I
they're-
mean, so
I'm 99% sure they play on turf anyway.
they do.
They got to
They
up
play
there.
I forgot. They do
Was
well.
it the Bengals Broncos game that was snowy? There was
Yes.
one of them that was
Pretty sure.
a couple weekends ago that was snowy.
Or was it Cleveland? Well, hell, the Bills had one.
Cleveland had one real
Cleveland
big.
Pittsburgh
That
was
the
actual.
Wednesday,
yeah.
that was the Wednesday
Thursday.
game. Yeah, Thursday night game.
When the Bills played the 49ers, it was snow. Like snow.
That was real snow too. You see, in that weather, you can't do nothing.
No.
Like
I mean,
that,
they
that's-
put up 30 something.
well, yeah, but it wasn't like Josh Superman. It was
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
weird ways of scoring. Gut says Ravens, but it could go either way.
I think at home is going to be a big factor for Buffalo.
Yeah,
I
There's
don't.
not many home field advantages in the NFL that are like
Yeah.
making an advantage. That's one place that.
I like them being a home dog.
honestly, all of the
I like that.
the four home teams right now. It's a 1 point line.
It's a 1 point.
It's a pick 'em.
That's a pick 'em.
I mean, Buffalo, Philly, Kansas City, and Detroit. That's about the 4 best home field advantages you could get right
Yeah.
now in football.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, Baltimore's got a good one as well. But yeah, I mean, those are 4 very good home teams. They're all hosting this weekend. Wouldn't surprise me if those are the 4 that win.
No, not at all.
But yeah, man, it's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be a great weekend of football. That's all that matters. And then Monday night we'll get little bit more football, huh? Ohio State, Notre Dame. Anything there?
I think
Ohio State's going to win it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be.
I'd like to say I said this months ago.
I mean, what I say back before the playoffs started when we said the bracket out, I said they're either losing to Tennessee or they're winning it all.
Winning the whole thing.
No in between. I mean,
Lou Holtz.
Their roster
See
is
Lou
so
Holtz?
good.
Loaded. I did see that. Yeah.
Ryan Day finally got out of the way, and they've
Chip Kelly.
Chip Kelly.
Chip Kelly's offense is so fun, man.
People forgot
So
about old
fun.
Chip.
So fun.
No,
Does he stay there?
What
He
else is he gonna do?
supposedly is looking, but when he got there,
What would he do?
He said
Go
he
back
was
to
not.
the NFL?
No.
How old is he?
No, he's
He's
not
about
that
60,
old.
huh? He looks old.
He might.
The other day they showed him in that press box. He looked like he was graying.
61.
Yeah.
That's not. I mean,
It's not old. Pete Carroll's still trying to coach. He's like
I would
80.
like to see him go back to the NFL as an OC.
I don't. He
Has he ever been one?
not an OC. in the
He's just
NFL.
been the head coach
Just
for
the head
Philly, huh?
coach
And San Fran.
in San Fran.
Oh, God. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. He had Kaepernick and Smith, didn't he?
I mean, when he
No,
went to,
that was
He had them first.
That was
though, I
Harbaugh.
thought.
when he went to Ohio State to take the OC job. He said, "I don't want to do the head coach stuff anymore because I mean, it's just it's gotten so crazy with everything." And
I mean, there's no higher level in college for an OC.
I mean, where he's at right now is about
Yeah,
as high
that's as
you're
good
gonna
as it can
get.
go. So it would either be OC in the NFL or head coach
And I don't think he'll do the
in
head
college.
coach
Yeah, I think he's done with
I
that.
think he's done with that.
He's past that.
And I don't know.
But it would be very cool to see him give the NFL a shot as an OC.
Yeah, but he went back to college as quick as he could. I mean, I really
Yeah.
think he likes college over the NFL. But
But those calls will be made later, and we don't know with like a Aaron Glenn or somebody, like they might have random connections with him from the past, and
yeah.
defensive minded head coach brings in an OC
Yeah.
like Chip. That'd be cool.
Come be the Jets OC for him.
That'd be
Yeah.
awesome. Or New Orleans.
Or
Give
New
me
Orleans.
Glenn and Chip. Come on, sign me up. Sign me up.
I just don't sign.
Mike
it.
McCarthy.
I'm not mad.
I'm
at
ready
that.
for it.
I'm not mad.
I'm in for it.
Bring him.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Who's the DC?
Which means it won't happen.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Mike's not going to coach anywhere. That feels more likely than him coming to
Sits
New
out
Orleans.
1 year and then gets a job next year.
I don't think the Bears do it, even though the Bears probably should.
He'll go to Miami
That's
next
where
year.
I swear I think Aaron Glenn's going.
The
When it's all
Bears?
said and done. Yeah.
He's gonna be the Jets coach.
I mean, they always hire defensive minded.
Yeah.
And
But you got a rookie quarterback, man.
they're not going to hire one. I mean, they literally just did an in-person interview with David Shaw today.
It's so stupid. He's gotten interviewed everywhere though.
Rooney.
But no, like you got Glenn on the cycle getting that could be the Rooney guy. You know,
Yeah.
it's weird.
The Bears are going to go defensive minded. They can't help themselves.
It's crazy.
I mean, who are they going to get?
I don't know.
They're not even talking about Ben.
And everybody said Ben wanted it. Everybody said Ben was wanting that one.
I don't think we'll see Ben until the playoffs are over. I think he's going to fully let that get his attention for now.
He don't go to the Raiders. You
Tom
don't have
Brady
a
loves
first round pick. You're in the conference with Sean Payton.
He's got a first rounder.
Yeah, why don't they have a first rounder?
They got like number 4 or number 3.
Yeah, because that's where everybody thought Shadur's going.
They're not having picks after that. They're lacking picks of some sort. I swore I read that.
It's just not as high as it was supposed to be because they ended up winning towards the end of the year.
But you're in a conference with Andy Reid, Sean Payton, and Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
You have no talent. You have an owner that's a lunatic. I mean, I just don't. Why would you take that job? Do they not have many picks? What did I read?
They got number 6.
Trying to see.
You're not going to be able to find that.
I found it for the Saints earlier. What the crap is this? Is that Cam Ward? Oh, Shador. I don't know. But yeah.
Who's Shador's comp?
I
I have one, and
mean,
I just wanna see if
he
y'all think the same
he
as
kind of
me.
gives me like some Tua vibes.
He gives me Geno vibes.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Their bodies
Geno
are-
moves a little bit more.
Bodies are but he moves a little more. But like, they just have the same build to
Stature
me.
and everything. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Deshaun Watson a little bit.
Deshaun moved a little bit more back then, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, maybe. I could see Tua but he's a righty instead of a lefty. He kind of just sits in the pocket and deals it around. Doesn't do a ton in terms of movement or anything. Because even when Tua was at Bama, he didn't really run. He just kind of, and that's what he's done in Miami. He's just kind of sat there and dealt it around to whatever was there.
If they don't win next year, Mike's got to be gone, right?
I think the pressure's on him at that point.
Got to be.
Yeah. I don't know what they're going to do. You ain't really heard anything from that organization.
They went all in this year. Mm-hmm. I mean, they brought in. I mean, they spent the money.
And Tua died again.
And then Tua died again. Yeah, fingers.
Yeah, I saw people saying they were mentioning who's the quarterback. I saw someone say Quinn Ewers and then someone say Kyle McCord to Miami.
McCord would be interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't know he entered.
Like
he has no choice.
Might go like third or fourth.
Is he that old
for quarterback?
Good for him.
Like people are very high on him.
Him leaving Ohio State was a good thing.
Oh, it did great for him. Anything else? We can do college.
Who dat?
Mike can talk it Sunday night or something. Chance might need to talk about the Bills.
Dude, I'm fully prepared to not look at Twitter or TV Monday. I'm not going to be able to watch TV all week or get on Twitter.
Going to tune into the Ohio State
because you know what everybody's going to say, dude.
Yeah,
you know what everybody's going to say. When's Josh going to do it? Hell, I don't know when he's going to do it.
They're going to say that if Lamar loses too.
I would rather that happen.
Yeah.
Like, I'm hoping Lamar's, like, I'm hoping he has a Lamar Jackson playoff game.
I just don't think he will.
I don't think he will either.
I don't think Josh
with
will
Derrick
either.
Henry.
It is hard. He has no pressure on him.
No pressure.
Oh, come on, man. He's got plenty of pressure on him.
I mean, he's not going to have to read much.
Well, Lamar also.
If Buffalo's smart, I'm putting 8-9 in the box.
The game will not be on his shoulders.
Lamar himself draws 2 or 3 every play just because you never know.
Yeah,
but like that was one of the things. There was like
you can't get Derrick Henry going.
They put Lamar in motion and put Henry as the wildcat, and then they put Lamar and did a little fake handoff to him. Lamar had 4 people go with him, and then Henry went left for 40 yards.
You can't
yes, that's Derrick Henry running the ball, but at the end of the day, Lamar's impact is
but you let Henry go and it's over.
Yeah,
it's over.
It's over.
That's like Booger said. That first game they played, they ran a lot of nickel, and that was Teron Johnson trying to tackle Derrick Henry. Teron Johnson weighs about $180.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry weighs about $250.
Getting plowed.
Yeah, he's getting speed bumped.
Yeah.
What?
Can't let Henry get
what's the adjustment going to be? He can't have an 80-yard touchdown run on the first play from scrimmage like he did last time. He can't. Dude, I'm physically ill now.
It's just hard. It's just hard to say Lamar doesn't have pressure on him or anything.
No, I'm talking about.
But no, even from a game plan standpoint, the Bills are going to go out there and run it 20 times with Cook.
I'm talking about from the standpoint of he's not going to be the focal point of their offense.
But how is Josh Allen whenever Cook's getting more touches?
I didn't say that he was going to.
But then when you're saying Lamar doesn't have pressure because of Henry, does Josh Allen not have pressure because of Cook?
Not to the extent Lamar does. Lamar's got it way easier than Josh does.
But at the end of the day, game plan wise, Cook and Johnson and Ray Davis, they're all touching the ball as much as they can without Josh having to throw the ball.
And them 3 guys combined are still not Derrick Henry.
But the yards and touches all come out to about the same. Does Henry succeed more? Typically, yeah. But James Cook had 100 yards on Sunday.
They're not going to be nearly as scared about James Cook as the Bills' defense is going to be scared of Derrick Henry or focused on him. They're not. They're going to be way more worried about Josh.
But Josh,
especially after what happened the first time.
Typically, Josh doesn't even Josh isn't running read options. Josh is typically just handing the ball straight off to Cook, and they're not even worrying about Josh. Every time Lamar touches the ball and hands it off to Henry, he's still getting looked at.
Just keep an eye on that one linebacker in Baltimore.
Yeah.
He will be everywhere probably for that game.
Yeah, but I just, in terms of their game plans, neither of them, both teams want the run game to be the focal point and their quarterbacks not to win. Not to win the game for them. I think that's true.
Yeah.
So I just don't see how it's
I think it's going to change Sunday, though.
I do too. I think Josh.
You think Josh is going to take over?
I think they're going to have to put it on.
I
him.
think he's going to have to.
They're going to have to hope it's a high-scoring game. Buffalo. I think Buffalo has to win in a
Josh
shootout.
is going to lower that shoulder, and he's going to run the rock.
Yeah, I mean he knows the
He's
pressure
about
of this
to take-
game.
Yeah, he's about to just take over. Mm-hmm.
He's got to.
So all right. So tell me, let's get how many rushes for Josh Allen? How many rushes for Lamar?
Josh, I'd say 13 or 14.
How many for Lamar?
Probably 10.
Okay. How many pass attempts for both of them?
Josh, let's say Cook runs the ball 15 or 16 times. That's 29, 28. He'll probably throw the ball 30 times, 31, 32.
And Lamar?
25.
Okay. If that happens, Josh runs 14, Josh throws 30, Lamar runs 10, Lamar throws 25. Who do you think wins?
Hell, probably Lamar.
Okay. So
because Derrick Henry's going to run the ball 25 times.
So yeah,
you can't just disregard
if
Derrick Henry's existence.
No, but he's very good. But
he's the best player on the field. All right, I'm sorry. Roquan Smith is the best player on the field.
Lamar and Josh are better than Derrick Henry.
Shit, no.
Man, Derrick's tough.
No.
Derrick's really good, yeah.
No.
Lamar and Josh are better football players than Derrick Henry.
Derrick took the Titans to the playoffs.
Come on, man. Come on. Is
Clay?
Derrick's a Hall of Famer right now if he retires, but
The
Lamar
other two
and
are
Josh
not.
are going to be there. Well, yeah, because they're 5 years younger.
I don't know, man. You got the second leading rusher in the NFL.
If Henry carries the ball 25 times, I think Cook, Johnson, and Davis, if he plays, are going to be right at 25 or 20.
Henry will. They're not making the mistake they made last year.
I think he will.
They're
run it.
not going to make that mistake they made last year.
From a game plan standpoint, it's just like it's not like Cook's running the ball 5 times, 10 times Sunday, and Henry's running it 30.
The key is getting Lamar to throw the ball 30-something times. If he has to throw the ball 30-something times, the Bills have a good shot at winning. That's the key.
Yeah.
Make him throw the football a bunch.
That goes back
and
to
you
my
have a
Buffalo's
shot.
going to put 8 and 9 in the box.
Yeah.
They're just going to say, if we get beat, Lamar's going to deal it.
And if Zay Flowers don't play, I really like Buffalo's chances a lot more because that makes their weaker secondary a lot more able and capable to stop Rashad Bateman, Nelson Aguilar. Nelson Aguilar's going to score a touchdown Sunday, by the way. Book it. He'll score a touchdown. And then Mark Andrews.
And Baltimore's got better weapons, I guess, don't they?
They have the better
They
top
have Derrick
weapon.
Henry.
And they have Zay
But they got-
Flowers.
Zay Flowers.
Mark Andrews, I mean.
Rappaport 8 hours ago.
I would take Kincaid over Andrews at this point.
Was told Zay Flowers had an outside chance to play this weekend. No practice Wednesday does not appear to be a good sign. Zay was the only Raven not practicing.
What's
today.
hurt with him? Knee or ankle?
Knee. He hurt it in the last game
Only players
Week 18. Week 18, he hurt his knee.
because they had to
They
play.
don't have no other
And they had to
besides
play.
him. That's impressive.
Oh, this time of year? Shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing with the Chiefs. Yeah, they're both very healthy. But so
Chief should be at this point.
yeah.
Shit.
So then you're looking at Bateman, Aguilar, Tylan Wallace, likely Andrews versus
Then you put 8 in the box.
Yeah.
And
That's what I'm
say
saying.
say number 8, you're beating me.
And that's what I'm saying. If he beats you, you tip the cap.
And you put Matt
Good job,
Milano.
bud.
You
You
put
finally-
Matt Milano on a spy.
Yeah, you finally kind of, climb the mountain. Yet you still got to get past. You got to make the Super Bowl at least. But I mean, you tip the cap to him if he beats you.
Yeah.
it's
You
gonna
tell
be
him, good
it's gonna be
job.
a chess match.
Derrick Henry ain't walking out of there with 160.
Can't.
No,
It's gonna be a chess
Be-
match.
best 2 quarterbacks in the NFL are playing in that game. And the top 2 MVP candidates. You know, that's
It's gonna be
how
a
you gotta
chess
look at it.
match. Best 2 quarterbacks and the top 2 MVP candidates, but they're not the best player on the field.
Correct. Correct. You think I'm joking. You think I'm insane.
So you think Henry's a top 5 player in the league?
Shit, yeah, it's hard to say who's the best player in the NFL because they all play different positions. You know what I'm saying? Best player in the NFL is probably Roquan. Roquan's the best player on either team, probably.
It's just hard to not say Josh Lamar
because
and
it's a
Pat.
quarterback-driven league.
Yeah, and they're that good in their position.
But I think if you're comparing position by position,
Positional value.
Derrick Henry outweighs them because they cancel each other out. Derrick Henry is more better than James
Saquon?
Cook.
But I'm talking about, all right, if you look around the league, how much better is Henry than Saquon?
They're equal.
Okay. How much
Equal.
better is Henry and Saquon than
James Cook.
Well, I'm thinking next around the league. Who's the third probably?
Hell, James Cook probably.
Third best running back?
Well, no, it's just he had the most touchdowns.
I mean,
is all
probably
I
like
know.
Kyron Williams or no, Jameer Gibbs. I'd probably take now.
Yeah.
Gibbs is insane.
He's great, but I mean, as a true running back,
He's
I mean,
not
Gibbs
the,
is not giving.
He doesn't get all the touches, but
No.
dude, like you watch him. And
Oh, he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I love Gibbs. But he's not a.
I don't think that there's like. So would you take Saquon over Josh Allen and Lamar if he was on the field Sunday?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Saquon's the best running back in the NFL.
I don't know. But I love that this game is that freaking good and that loaded of talent that we can talk about it like this, that, and depth. Bijan's really good as well.
Bijan's the third leading rusher.
I'd probably take Gibbs slightly over Bijan right now, though.
All right, well, Barkley and Henry had 500 more yards than Bijan, who finished third.
Yeah.
And they had 600 more yards than Gibbs, who finished fifth.
Oh, no, I'm not saying Gibbs has the touches. What's Gibbs' yards per carry compared to the others?
5.6. Derrick Henry's 5.9. Barkley's 5.8.
Okay. And what's Bijan's?
4.8.
There we go.
But, I mean, they're still 1 and 2, and they have the most touches.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, but Gibbs, if you gave Gibbs the touches that Henry and
He'd be up
Saquon are
there,
getting,
yeah.
he'd be getting $2K a year.
Bija had some pretty crappy quarterback play.
He does.
too.
He does. Yeah. He does.
Gibbs wouldn't make it a whole year being a bell cow.
Yeah, he will.
No, he would not make it a whole year.
He's
No, it's the early 8K.
yeah, he's
the
Camaro.
early-
Yeah,
They need to keep what they're doing.
and they are.
And
They're
they
going
are
to-
because they've already
yeah.
signed Montgomery.
The only reason 8K is doing it now because he's a lot thicker than he used to be. He used to be Gibbs' size.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
8K's gotten thick.
It's going to be a great game. Can't wait. Football's the best.
I need Josh Allen to win.
We shall see.
Ja just dunked on Wemby, but it didn't count.
He put up a gun
it's
signal.
absolutely nasty.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Somebody else dunked on Wemby the other day.
Everybody.
White fella.
All right.
Remember who it was?
That is it for this one. Go Bills. Pat.
Yeah.
Who that? We still alive?
No.
Oh.
This ain't how it's supposed to be. It should be just you and me.